Hello everybody, Tony here, welcome to the channel, and today we're starting our first project. Alright, I might have said in another video that I have not touched an airbrush or a pencil in 8 months. So, we're going to be starting our first project. I'm going to do something easy just to get myself associated with my tools again. And the first thing we're doing is we're going to custom paint this Batmobile from Batman vs. Superman. Now, in the movie, it was all basically one color, so it should be fairly easy, but I do want to see if I can just find some spots to kind of add more detail, just, make it a little more unique. And first we gotta look at reference material so I can, learn how it should look, first of all. And so let's go ahead and just Google some Batmobile images, okay? Oh wow, there's blueprints. Sweet, there's blueprints. Okay, but that's not what we need. We need some color references. Now, I remember this image. This image was when it was first announced. And here's the thing, it's kind of hard to tell what the colors are supposed to be. It's all just basically black or gray or gunmetal. I don't know. I'm going to be painting it gunmetal with some dry brushing and stuff like that. But it's weird because it just seems like all one color. There are parts that look slightly brown, but it's hard to know for sure. Oh, it's not necessarily that they're brown, it's that they're more silver with some rust. See, this thing looks really dirty. So, it seems like I have the freedom to go ahead and add my own details. So for now, we're just gonna paint the whole thing a base color. And then I think I'll plan afterwards what I'm gonna want. Alright, so we have the toy here, right? It's a basic toy, a couple of screws, take it apart, just a couple pieces. So we're gonna go ahead and take it apart and start painting it. So let's go ahead and get this started. Woo! Ow, crap. Ow! I hurt my finger. Alright, so these are all the parts right here. It was a lot easier to take apart than I was expecting, because I didn't know if the inner mold on the inside was going to be holding these into place, but they fall right out, so that was good for me. Alright, so now we're going to prime everything. Here's one thing that I'm going to regret about this. I really love this shade of gray that they used. It's like kind of brown. It's like gray with like a tint of brown. But even though it looks cool and metallic and all, it's going to be covered up by dry brushing anyways if I were to just dry brush this. So I'm going to just paint it gunmetal color. And it might look a little more edgy that way. But we'll see how it comes out. If not, I'll just track this down by another one or something. Alright, so I've gone and washed all the pieces with soapy water. And now they're still a little wet. So I'm going to actually just brush some air just to help dry it a bit, and it should be ready for priming. So all I basically use is a box with a fan in the corner. There's a filter on the fan. It sucks the paint that direction into the corner of the box. That way none of the overspray or anything like that comes back to me, and I don't want it getting on my desk. So it just makes sure that most of the paint stays in the box, and that's what I've been doing ever since I started airbrushing, and it seems to work okay. I only use acrylics because of the fact that I don't have a proper spray booth. So let's get started with some Vallejo surface primer. Alright, so everything's primed. Oh my god, look at that. It looks so good. Even though it's just primer, what am I bragging about? Anyways, we're gonna let this dry for like a day and then slap some gunmetal on there. Gunmetal. I slur my words. Gunmetal. Okay. Alright, so everything's primed. It's been sitting for a couple hours. It's touch dry. It's all good. It looks really nice right now. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing some pre-shading. Although I don't know if it's going to show up when I use gunmetal. So when I go over with the gunmetal, I'm going to have to do it in really thin coats so I can build up that shading, because I want it to look a little bit dirtier in the corners and stuff like that, because I don't have gunk wash, so we're going to have to do it by hand. And then we have to paint the tires, and the tires should be all black. Alright, so I went to go look at reference images, and the rims are actually all black. Like the whole tire was just all black, so I don't know. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. I think I'm just going to paint it all black and then mask it off and put a thin layer of gunmetal just so it doesn't look exactly the same color as the tire. And then we'll do dry brushing to make sure it looks like it's made out of metal. And then we are going to do dry brushing on the tires, but we're going to do a different color, like maybe light gray or something like that instead of silver. That way it just looks like tire marks and it doesn't look like, you know, like metal tires or something like that. So that's what we're going to do. But for now, we're just going to be spraying black. Anyways, sometimes you want like a plastic spoon or something to test your paint on. That way you make your mistakes on a random piece of plastic instead of your part. And if you want to know where to get some free spoons and knives, just go to Wendy's. Nobody will care if you just take a bunch of plastic spoons. Anyways, it seems fine. Wait, does it seem fine? Anyways, seems like everything's ready. So let's just start some pre-shading. Alright, so here we have everything pre-shaded. We're still not sure whether it's going to show through the gunmetal since the flakes will probably block it. But we also have the tires painted all black. And tomorrow's going to be the fun part where we throw on the actual gunmetal and then we'll start doing some of the weathering. It should be pretty good. It should be pretty good. Yeah. So I'm excited for tomorrow, man. I love me some weathering and battle damage, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be really dope. But anyway, the day is over. It's getting pretty late. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Please like and subscribe for more. This is gonna be really fun. It's gonna be a really fun series. You know, customizing toys, stuff like that. Once we get around to the drawing, stuff like that will be pretty exciting. But I'll see you next time.
Yeah, pretty much.